Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fully Playable Games. So on today's video, we are back out at the Sunday Boot Fair. And yeah, as you can see, it is still really dark out, and I haven't arrived any earlier. I'm actually later than I am normally. It's just coming up to 4:30. So yeah, not too sure why it's so dark out this morning, but hopefully it doesn't affect us and we have a good day. I will say, as we were driving here, was a couple of spots of rain on the windscreen, but fingers crossed it was just literally a passing shower. But yes, so obviously last week was a bit of an up and down. Obviously we got a couple of bits here at the Sunday Boot Fair. We then also got a couple of bits at Lazy Bones as well. So yeah, fingers crossed we're able to get some good bits today. I am going to head off to Lazy Bones after this, so probably will end up I probably will end up making it sort of one video, both here and Lazy Bones. But yes, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get parked up, and then what we'll do is we'll get out and see what we can find. You alright? How much are you going? Pound? Yeah, go on then. There you go. Alright, cheers. How much are they?
Oh, £10. You know what it's like.
How much got any games?
£5 each.
£5 each.
I can do 2 for £6 if you want.
Okay. Yeah, go on. I'll grab those two.
Right. Thank you.
Go on. Yeah, go on. There you go.
Cheers.
Alright, cheers. I've got one.
Is that the one for the PlayStation 2?
What? The blue one? Don't know, have a look.
Yeah, it's PlayStation 2.
It is, but it's not the one you're thinking of. It's not the Namco. Oh, it is. Yeah.
How much you got on it, bud? You lose what? Is that too much?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
Only because I got that point blank the other day, I thought, oh.
Much you got any Game Boy games?
Mega Man's 15, the other
Yeah.
£4 each.
What about your Vitas and your Game Boys?
There's some there as well. That one's 70, 50,
Yeah.
45, 30, because it's got a bit of screen burn.
Yeah.
And that one's 60, Neo Geo's 120.
120.
That's basically
Yeah.
brand new one.
Quite
Yeah,
rare,
I got one a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I think I paid 90 unboxed, so about what I go for.
£10, brand new.
All right, cheers, mate.
Thank you.
Get it out and come back in a minute. Only be 10 minutes or so. It'll be out.
Anything good?
I'll just look at that. One. I've seen that one before. I'll get that there. Transport driver. That one's alright.
Pound? Yeah. 50 each, pound for both.
Yeah, I've seen that one before.
How much for the game?
Yeah.
We're doing for £1 each.
You done with those ones, yeah?
Yeah, those ones on here, yep. No. Was it?
You done with those ones as well, yeah?
Yeah, go for it, mate. We got.
I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, have a look.
That one's alright,
A little bit silly. I prefer voice.
yeah?
Yeah.
I think I'll go for that one. That one. That one I'm not
Never seen that before. You know.
Star Wars, Starfire. Oh dear. How much is the Blu-ray? That one?
No, I've got it.
You got that one?
50 each. Alright, I'll have a look.
Actually, let's have a look.
Right, I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm going to get out of your way.
Near enough. Is that the demo disc in that other one?
Huh?
Is that the demo disc in that other one?
Possibly, yeah. In there. Right. Take that ones, officer.
Yeah,
Five
they're
pound.
£1 each. Yeah.
There you go, mate.
Yep.
150, yeah?
Oh, sorry. There, mate. Cheers. Right.
Yeah, okay.
Lovely.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Probably more games than one.
All DVDs. Let me know what you want for that one. Huh?
It's a rare one, isn't it, I think?
I don't know. I've not seen it.
Yeah.
Look it up.
That's
But
what
yeah, let me know because that looks quite good.
Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've already got it up. Oh.
Excuse me, mate. Been pointed in your direction for some PSVR stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got that.
Dad. Dad. People
See what
wanna
games you've got.
Yeah,
Cheers,
and
mate.
there's people here that want to know stuff. They're all left to wait, mate.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
can't split myself in 10.
How much is the biggest? No.
I'll put that business, Lola.
Get it all out, Lola. Lola, get it all out.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. I'll have a look.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted 30. to me, there's nothing in it. But I thought for you, that's about 20 quid on its own. That's three. Them I'm not sure on. But I know you're into your VR.
Yeah.
So I thought for your VR, there's 4 VR games, if you ain't got them and you want another gun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cheers for that, mate.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, love. I've just dumped my bag on it.
That's right, well, that one. Oh, you've not got it?
Right.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, mate. It's all right. Just I'll wait for you.
It's the way at booth, as soon as you
I know.
it's like, rah!
Yeah. But that's why I tend to sort of step back because. Would you sell just 3 of the games?
I really want to keep them all together to start with because I'm
Because
sure
I've,
they'll be.
I've got them. I'm a collector, so
okay.
literally I just wanted them to add into a collection.
So just the games, not the gun?
No, the gun. I've got the gun. I've got, as I say, I've got those 2 as well. So
Okay.
just literally be those 3.
What are you offering on them then?
Do 10. I think you do 20 then for the controller and a couple of games.
Mum just says
You want to do 15?
I wouldn't. They're like £3 games, so I'm paying over what I would get at CEX.
Go on in, mate. You've got
Yeah. Cool. Cheers, mate. There you go, mate.
Thank you,
Blinding.
mate.
Cheers for that. Do you want to put that away
Yeah,
in case
yeah,
it goes
definitely.
walkies?
Cheers, mate.
That's why I was sort of hovering because I didn't want anyone sort of
No,
snatching it
you're a
and wandering off.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
Yeah, only good, aren't they?
yeah, they're tiny.
Tenner.
No, I think I'm out of luck.
That's all right. How's she having that?
Let's play my bill set. £3.
£3? Yeah, go on. I'll give that a go.
I need to find the other bit. Oh no, that is a set. Gary, put that together for me. Sonic goes with
Have you
it.
got the full set of that?
Yeah, that's it there.
What are you
Just
after
has
for
to
that?
Go together. £3.
Well, I'll take that as well then.
Yeah. Just put it together. It has to go.
A couple of bits on the front as well.
Yeah.
There's that one. I'll give you a $5.
Okay.
Tenner.
How much is that?
£2.
And the big one?
The big one's £8. It goes with that. That's dear in the
There you
shop.
First one, what's right? Oh, here we go.
Yeah. It links in somehow, and then that goes on the other end.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Thank you. So that and that goes together in this little.
Sorry, excuse me. That's mine.
Oh, sorry, mate.
All right, cheers. The sign has disappeared. Cheers.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, cool.
Aidan, you
Right, got it here.
Oh, you got the other bit.
Yeah,
There's Mr. Sonic and all.
perfect. Amazing.
All right, mate.
All right, thanks a lot for that.
No worries.
Brilliant. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, so that is going to wrap it up from the boot fairs. And yeah, while we haven't got as much as we would normally bring back, I'm really happy with the bits that we have got. So yeah, let's dive straight in. And the first one that we've got is obviously the first, not obviously, but the first pickup of the day. And that was a big box PC game. And this was Virtual Snooker, starring Steve Davis. I will be honest, I got a bit blinded with this one. I saw big box PC and just grabbed it. As well, I think when I picked this up, the big box PC shelf was not full. So yeah, it isn't one that's going to go up on the shelf. This will go straight into storage, and yeah, it's just a shame with the timing on this one. We paid £1 for this one. Looking it up online, they go for about £8 on eBay. So yeah, not bad, but as I say, it's still good to have another big box PC game in the collection. Right, next up we are going to get on to a couple of PS4 games that we picked up, and the first one is going to be a double. So this was purely bought as CEX trade fodder, and that is Crash Bandicoot the Insane Trilogy. So yeah, we've got this already on the PS4, and as I say, this was purely being picked up as trade fodder for the next CEX video. We paid £3 for that. Goes for £12 at CEX, $9.50 on eBay, and trades in for an £8 voucher. So yeah, really happy with that. And then the other game that we got was one that was new for the collection, and that is Hotel Transylvania 3 Monsters Overboard. And this is basically sort of like an isometric, trying to find the best way to describe it. So it's got an isometric view, but yeah, it's, do you know what, I actually think it's like Pitman, but with a Hotel Transylvania theme. I think that's probably the best way to describe this. So yeah, a bit of an interesting game. I'll be honest, I know nothing about Hotel Transylvania, never seen any of the films. I've heard of it, but as I say, never seen anything to do with it. But yeah, it was a game that we didn't have in the collection, so that was the big reason for picking that one up. Once again, paid £3 for that. Goes for £6 on CEX, £9 on eBay. Then next up, we got a couple of manga books. I don't think we've picked any up in quite a while now. So the first one that we've got is Macbeth. So yeah, essentially this is a manga version of the classic Shakespeare tale. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've done nothing with regards to Macbeth since school, and yeah, purely picked it up just because it was a manga book. That one, paid £1 for that one. Looking it up online, it goes for £3 on eBay. And then to go with that, we also got Romeo and Juliet. And yeah, once again, the seller had that, so I thought I'd just grab it with the Macbeth. Once again, paid £1 for that one, and goes for £3 on eBay. Okay, so before we dive into the Lazy Bones pickup, we've got one pickup that I was given by, it was given from Nikki, and that is Burnout the Revenge demo disc on the PS2. So yeah, anytime I can get hold of demo discs across any platform, I'll always pick them up. And as I say, Nikki gifted that to me, so really happy with that. And yeah, once again, anytime I can get any of the Burnout games as well, they are so much fun. And it's a real tell because, what was it we were playing the other day? I think it was in the last Boot Fair video. It was a Ridge Racer. Yes, it was in the big Xbox bundle. I'll put a link up in one of the corners. We picked up, one of them was Ridge Racer, and that was very much a sort of Burnout / Need for Speed rip-off. So yeah, glad to have that one. Another good variation to have in the collection. Okay, oh sorry, price-wise, looking it up on eBay, it goes for about £15. Yeah, almost forgot that one. Right, next up we are on to the Lazy Bones pickups, and the first one that we've got is a PS2 game, but it is a double, and that is Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. So this is the first one that was released. It's not the more valuable one is the Vice City Stories. Now, sorry, I can't remember what way round it went. Was it Vice City then Liberty City? Or was it Liberty City then Vice City? So I know they originally both come out on the PSP, and then they were later re-released on the PS2. I'll have a look, and I'll put a little note down the bottom as to sort of what one was released in which year. But for that one, we paid £1 for that. Goes for £6 at CEX, £9 on eBay. Trades in for a £2 voucher. It is complete. It does have all the manual and everything like that in there. So what I'm going to do is, before we trade it in, I'm going to have a look at my copy, just to make sure that I'm keeping hold of the best copy we can. And from the same seller, we got a couple from the same seller. We got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 on the PS2. This one unfortunately doesn't have the manual, which is a bit of a shame. But we paid £1 for it. We didn't have it in the collection, so that was the big reason for picking that one up. It goes for £5 at CEX and eBay. And yeah, as I say, just a bit of a shame it didn't have the manual in it. And then the last game that we picked up from this seller was Mashed Drive to Survive. And this is basically, best way to describe it is like a game based around elimination. So it is whoever is last basically gets eliminated. The race that I was doing, it was only 2 of us on it. And then the way it works was each time you got eliminated, you had a point taken off you and added to your opponent, and then vice versa. So if you won, your opponent lost a point. Yeah, it was a really interesting game. I will admit the controls were a bit difficult to get hold of. A really sensitive steering on it. But yeah, once you got the hang of it, it was actually a really enjoyable game. So once again, we paid £1 for that one. Goes for £2 at CEX and £5 on eBay. Then next up, we picked up something a bit different actually, and this was a playset. So this is the Sonic the Hedgehog Green Hill playset, and yeah, I purely bought it as a display piece. The only problem with it is I've only got one of the rings. There's meant to be 3 rings with this set, but yeah, unfortunately we've only got the 1 ring. I didn't realise that until we got home. But everything else is there. We've got the Sonic figure, even the little spring works, and then what you can do is you can attach Sonic onto here and actually have him do the loop. But yeah, as I say, I purely got this as a display piece. I'm hoping that sort of in the future we'll have the space that we'll be able to set up things like a Sega shelf, Nintendo shelf and things like that. So obviously if I can set up a Sega shelf, this will be one of the things that I want to put on there. So we paid £3 for that. If it had the other 2 rings, they sell for about £12 on eBay. So yeah, I will have to keep my eye out. I very much doubt I'll ever find sort of just the rings. So yeah, I will keep my eye out, but I very much doubt I'll ever find them, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, so next up, we got basically a whole bundle of different games, and the first load of games were a bunch of sort of disc onlys. Now I'll be honest, now I've got home, I really don't know why I picked them up. I really don't. But I'm going to sort of rifle through them quite quickly. I'm not going to put any gameplay or anything up for these. So we've got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PS1. We've got Hercules, or a Disney action game featuring Hercules. So this is basically a side-scrolling platformer. We've then got Micro Machines V3, which we've already got in the collection. Another one that we've already got is SpongeBob SquarePants the movie on the PS2. And yeah, another double, Prisoner of War on the PS2. Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit on the PS2. We don't have this for the PS2, but we do have it on the original Xbox. And then the last one, we've got Dead to Rights on the PS2. This is another double. So yeah, it was, as I say, I just don't know why I picked up a load of disc onlys, and yeah, it wasn't anything particularly special there. I think the most expensive game there is probably Dead to Rights. Disc only, that goes for £12. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably run it through the disc cleaner, and I might just flip that on eBay. But the other bits that we got were bits that I did want to add to the collection. So first off, we've got a collection of DVDs, and this is volumes 1 to 4, or 1, 3 and 4, sorry, for Sonic X. A Sonic series I absolutely loved. There are probably two main series that I really enjoyed, and it was this one and Sonic AM. I also grew up with the original Sonic. Was it Sonic the Hedgehog? I think it was just Sonic the Hedgehog. It was the animated series where they had, like, you had the two Botniks and then Robotnik. I can't remember. I think it was just Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, out of my sort of favourite series, it is Sonic AM and Sonic X, which is a series that I absolutely love. I've already got some of these in the collection, so I think I've got Volume 1 and Volume 2, but I didn't have Volumes 3 and 4. So yeah, happy to finally add those in. And looking them up online, Volume 1 goes for £3 at CEX and eBay. Volume 2 goes for £6 at CEX, £3 on eBay. And Volume 4 goes for £8 at CEX and £3.50 on eBay. So yeah, really happy to have them ones. Then we also got a couple of Xbox games. So first off, we've got Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. And it says that I've captured footage for it, but I can't actually remember playing this. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do remember this now. It was an okay game. So basically, the idea of the game is that you're playing as a mercenary that is sent into North Korea to basically take out various leaders within North Korea, and they've done pretty much what they did. Was it the Gulf War, where they had the playing cards with all the different people within Saddam's army, and had pictures of them on. They've done a similar thing with this. So your mission is to basically go and kill the King of Spades, and then it will be one of the leaders within North Korea. Yeah, it was an okay game. It wasn't visually, it wasn't great, but obviously I've got to remember it's from the Xbox era. Yeah, it was, like I say, it was an okay game. So that one goes for £3 at CEX and £6 on eBay. I will go through the price of all of these. It was a bundle price for everything. Then next up we have got Rally Sport Challenge. Now I wasn't actually able to capture footage for this because when I was doing it, the disc wouldn't play. And looking at it, it is in not great condition. So yeah, it's going to have to get heavy restore through the disc cleaner. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to play this one, so that's why there's no gameplay footage for it. That one goes for £1.50 at CEX, £4 on eBay. And then the last game that we got from this seller was F1 Career Challenge. So yeah, anytime I see an F1 game, I'll always pick it up. This one, once again, I think we've played this recently. We actually got it on the GameCube from Swanley, and I will admit this was my least favourite F1 game that we've played. But as I say, we didn't have it on the original Xbox, so that's why I picked it up. It goes for £1.50 at CEX and £5 on eBay. Both the normal Sunday Boot Fair and Lazy Bones. And yeah, this was a game I recognise the title. I'd never seen any footage for it, and that is Zone of Enders, sorry. So this is a special edition release that also come with a playable demo of Metal Gear Solid 2. And it has got the Metal Gear Solid demo disc in it as well, which is really good. This is essentially a mech-based hack and slash, and yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. I didn't spend too much time on it, so it's definitely one that I'm going to go back to. I think the footage that you're seeing is me playing the tutorial levels. I didn't actually get into the main game, but yeah, from what I've seen since picking it up, it's probably one that I am going to put a bit of time into. So we paid £5 for that. goes for £6 on eBay and £14. Sorry, £6 at CEX, £14 on eBay. So yeah, really happy to have that in the collection. And then finally, we got a collection, a small collection of VR games. So these are all sort of PSVR games, and yeah, I think the seller had about 5 games and the PSVR, if I remember rightly. And no, they didn't. They had 5 games and the aim controller, but the other 2 games I already had. So I was able to sort of, originally he wanted to sell it all in one, but I was able to sort of get him to agree to sell me just these 3. So the first one that we've got is Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim VR. So yeah, yet another release of Skyrim. I will be honest, this was, for me, this was okay. I was quite impressed with how graphic it was. So right from the outset, you basically get a scene seeing some guy having his head chopped off. I thought, like, there's no, when I was sort of lining it up, and I'm like, there's no way they're going to show that. No way. Oh, right. Yes, they did. But I think with this one, control-wise, I didn't really get on with it. It's one of these ones where you sort of look and you press a button to basically teleport, and you're just sort of teleporting. Yeah, not a massive fan of that control scheme. Equally, I was using 2 move controllers. So yeah, there wasn't really any other way to do it. So yeah, a bit of a yeah, half and half. So with that one, we paid, worked out, we no, actually I'll give you a total price at the end for what we paid. It goes £4 at CEX, £7 on eBay. Then right, this next one, so I've heard of this next one, and I haven't ever had a chance to play it, so I don't know whether I've said it before, but when the original PSVR was being launched, I actually got the opportunity to go to one of the launch events up in London, and basically they sort of hired out this space, and then they set up a load of different games using the PSVR, and I think I can remember playing 3 of them, and that was Drive Club VR, Batman VR, and the PlayStation World's Shark Cage. Those are the only 3 that I can remember. I might have jumped on a couple of others. I might have even done Rush of Blood, but I can't remember. So didn't get a chance to play this one, and that is Blood and Truth. And I have to say, I thought this game was absolutely superb. Probably one of the best VR games I've ever played. It is so interactive, so to the point where you are literally, you're reaching out and you're opening door handles. You've got to, I'll put that down for a sec, you've got to reach onto actually reach your chest to grab a clip to then put it into the bottom of the gun. It is just so immersive. It was, as I say, one of the best VR games I have ever played, and yeah, it is definitely one that is going to be going back into my PSVR, and I'm going to spend as much time as I can playing through it. I think when I was playing the footage, capturing the footage for the video, I ended up playing through the whole first mission, and yeah, absolutely amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and as I say, definitely one that I'm going to be going back to. So that one goes for £5 at CEX and £10 on eBay. So yeah, if you're out looking for a new VR game, definitely grab this. It is absolutely superb, and one that I am, yeah, absolutely over the moon to have it in the collection. And then the last one that we've got, so when I was actually capturing the footage, I actually left this game for last because I was so looking forward to playing it. And I have to say, out of all 3 of these VR games, this was the biggest disappointment for me. It was not great, and that was Doom VFR. Basically this is based off of the Doom remake, And I thought that is going to be an absolutely superb game to base a VR game off. What made it even better is it actually works with the aim controller as well. So I was like, yeah, sign me up. You're literally going to be in VR with a gun in a first-person shooter. There is nothing better. And it was just not what I was expecting. So I was expecting very much to play the normal version of Doom in VR, and it just was not that. It's a completely separate story, and it's just completely different. It once again uses the teleport mechanics. You can dash, but you can't actually walk around using the thumbsticks. With the aim controller, on the, where have I got? Mine's right over there, I can't get to it. So you've got your front handle that you hold, and then you've obviously got your rear handle where you trigger, and then there's a second thumbstick with all of your action buttons. But there's also a thumbstick on the front part of the controller. So when I saw that it was using the aim controller, I thought, well, I'll use the front to move around, and then obviously pull the trigger and do everything like that. No, it doesn't use that thumbstick at all, and I think that is such a big miss. I think if they'd done that and actually had sort of smooth movement, it would have been so much better. And yeah, even sort of like the first level that I played, I literally had a pistol. At no point, there was ammo scattered around and everything, but at no point did it give you any better guns. And yeah, it just wasn't Doom. And yeah, it's a real shame. As I say, out of all three of these VR games, this was the one that I was really looking forward to playing. And for me, it was the biggest disappointment, which is a real shame. But looking at the pricing, it goes for £5 at CEX and £7.50 on eBay. So for all three of the VR games, I actually managed to get a deal for them for £10. I think originally the seller wanted, I think it was £35. I haven't looked at the footage yet. Yeah, I think it was £35 for the aim controller, the other two games, and those three games. But as I say, I already had the other two. I already had the aim controller. If I didn't already have the aim controller, then I would have actually paid the £35 to get the whole lot. But yeah, really happy to have some more VR games in the collection. I will admit, I am probably going to try and do a video soon where I look through all of the VR games that we've got in the collection. So I've got quite a few now. So yeah, I might do that in a future video. Obviously, I am still holding out to get a PSVR 2. But at the moment, I just can't justify it. So, like, I think the VR2 is still around sort of £500, and I'm like, I can't justify spending the same amount of money to buy an accessory than I would to buy a whole PS5. So yeah, until the price starts coming down a bit on that, I'm gonna hold off. But that is all of the pickups for today. So let's quickly run through the totals before we wrap up. So, and I'm going to zoom in because I can't see from back there. Total spent today was £32.50. If we'd got everything that we could from CEX, it would have been £74 exactly. And then if we got everything from eBay, it would have been £188. And from what we have got, we are due to get a £10 voucher back from CEX. I think at the moment there's only two games, and that's Grand Theft Auto and Crash Bandicoot, that will go into the bags to go to CEX. So that is going to wrap it up for today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when I upload new videos. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.